I'm sure it'll be fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know. But we're live. Allegedly.
Looks live to me.
Redirecting me to the YouTubes.
Yeah.
There we go. Pop out that chat.
Pop out that shit, because it's where it's at. Everybody's here checking out these guys who are fat.
Ouch.
Oh, we
Accurate, but ouch.
Accurate, but ouch. Oh.
Oh, boy.
No. What?
Golly, fellas.
Hey,
Golly,
guys.
dudes.
Hey, guys, what you doing?
Oh. Hello and welcome to episode 688 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. And nothing happens on January 14th that I can remember from last week, especially
I
not
I know what's happening.
our very own
Jason
Phil
Bateman
Theobald's-
had a birthday.
Theobald's birthday.
You may know him from Arrested Development, or maybe the Hogan family. If you are an old,
Oh, I know. I
Hogan
did notice that
family.
Jason Bateman passed the Brimley line not too long ago, so I assume you are almost there as well, if not
maybe
already hopped
maybe
over it.
Teen Wolf 2. That's
Uh-huh.
TOO 2.
TOO.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
one with the replacement Styles.
That's
Fake
right.
Styles shows
Fake
up
Styles.
in Teen Wolf 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, hey, great state of Washington. Mr. Phil Theobald, hello.
Hey.
Hi, birthday boy.
What's going on?
Not too much, but we also got from Canada over there up in the corner, either on this side or that side.
Not
I
on my
don't know.
screen.
Don't know which one on YouTube. But
On my
it's
screen, I'm a strong bottom.
Greg Stewart. How's it going?
Good.
Good, that's a good
Oh, yeah,
wave.
this is a podcast. If I wave,
Yeah,
people
no
in the
one's
audio
gonna-
aren't going to hear it.
It's not an audible wave.
If you wave loud enough, people will hear the swooshing of your hand cutting through the
Cutting the
air.
air.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah. So we're getting some cold weather up here in Washington.
Oh, boo.
Cold enough to finally snow. My daughter very excited about snow. She's wanted it to snow like the entire
Yeah, she's in Atlanta,
time.
baby.
Yeah, and it finally did, and she sat out outside just in the
That's pretty awesome.
because it wasn't sticking to the ground or anything. There was
Good
nothing you
for her.
could do with it, but
Right.
she's very excited about it.
there you go.
So yeah, it's
Snow's fun
snowing,
when you're a kid.
and allegedly there's going to be more snow tonight, so it may actually be a snow
Well, it's
day.
supposed to snow all week.
It's supposed to,
supposedly.
yeah, well, like Wednesday and Thursday too.
They're
yeah.
threatening another
Snowing cold.
snowpocalypse here in the Seattle area, like
Ooh,
we had
ooh.
last year.
Well, I wasn't there last year, so I have no.
I
frame of
was,
reference.
and let me tell you, it was chaos.
Chaos in the Windy
City.
City.
Chaos in
Yep.
Andy City.
Yep. Schools shutting down, roads shutting down. They don't know what to do up here when there is
That's weird
a
to
bit
me.
of snow.
Is it so? Snow's not normal there. I mean,
Not
don't you have like a
not-
lot of mountains
not a
nearby?
ton.
And
yeah, but I mean,
Maybe up
people
in
don't
the mountains.
people don't live in the mountains.
I know, but still.
You know,
Somebody.
I mean, I
does,
get it
but
because
not-
when I first moved to North Carolina, like the first week I was there, we had a very light snowfall.
that's
And
weird.
the
Because you
city
moved
shut
there in like
down.
June.
Yeah, exactly. And the city completely shut down. And
Hmm.
at first it was like the same thing. It's like, well, they just don't know what to do with snow here. But then it also occurred to me, why would they ever have like a supply of road salt?
right,
Or
exactly.
vehicles
Yeah.
to spread that road salt.
It was the same with Atlanta. When
Yeah.
it snowed, the whole city would shut down,
Yeah.
even if it was a half inch or a quarter
Yep.
inch.
Yeah.
So
Getting her done with
Yeah.
a quarter inch.
we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes here. I realized I forgot to tell an Africa story last week, and why not go back to that now? You travel with kids. I don't know. I'm sure
I never
Greg,
travel
you
with
have,
kids. No,
but
I refuse to do so.
and you may at some point have had like a toilet clog. You ever had a toilet clog while you're on a
Had that happen on a road trip this weekend? Actually,
Of course.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Did you do that, Greg?
I don't recall.
That
I
yeah.
don't recall.
Yeah.
But that's always
Exactly.
a fun call to the front desk.
It is
Oh,
always a
it's
fun call.
clogged.
Our toilet is clogged. We just arrived in our new room And somehow
someone snuck in and took a big dump in our toilet
Somebody didn't go during the whole trip.
when our back was turned. I don't know how it happened.
I don't know why you leave the room this way.
that's right.
Oh,
So, but we were when we were staying
we just
in
went up to
Zimbabwe-
the ice machine and we came back. And there's like an inch of brown water standing in our
Ew.
bathroom
It's
floor.
weird. Get somebody over here now.
Oh man.
Uh,
I mean, take your
Uh,
time. I'm developing a new fetish, but
Oh,
at some
gross.
point,
wow.
what?
You always have to make it weird.
See, this is CJ's story, man. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's right. No, so we were in Zimbabwe at a hotel, and that was at Victoria Falls.
The old Zimbabwe toilet clog. I know how that
So,
one goes.
and I'm pretty sure it was my daughter who did it. It wasn't me.
Look
I'm
at that,
blame-
throwing her
I'm
under the
blame her.
bus.
Yeah, she's,
Under the
Well, she's
bus
not here to
full of-
defend herself.
she's not here to
Ooh.
defend herself. No.
Yeah.
But so the toilet was clogged. So I went up to the front desk. This was I could just walk up there. Wasn't like there was a
most
phone in
people
the room.
can
but
just walk to front desks.
Yep. That's how front desk.
That's-
there wasn't
not-
a
that's
phone in the room.
That's not
like
an
them to be
Africa
handy.
exclusive thing.
There was a phone in the room, but it didn't like dial the front desk, or we couldn't get it to. But anyway, so I walked
Probably
up there.
by design.
I told the
Because
guy
of all
like,
those clogged toilets.
Yeah.
hello, I'm in room whatever, like our toilet is clogged, and we were going to be gone most of the rest of the day. So he looked at me like I had three heads. Like, this doesn't really happen very often, maybe. I
Turtle
don't know.
heads.
But he said, okay, like we'll get maintenance to deal with. So come back from checking out Victoria Falls.
Yeah.
Toilet's still clogged.
Yeah.
So this time my wife goes to the front desk because I'm like, I'm not going to go down there again.
Right.
Again, and be like, our toilet's clogged. So my wife went down there and said, our toilet's clogged. Can you please help us out? So, and normally like at a hotel, like I'm sure Greg, you may have experienced this this weekend, as you just mentioned, like someone comes with a plunger and plunges it, right?
That's generally how you
Not
fix a
so
clogged
in
toilet.
Zimbabwe, apparently.
They take out the
so-
whole toilet.
So all of a sudden, there's like a knock at the door and it's maintenance, and he's like, "Can you just like leave your door open a little so I can come in and check?" And they're like, "Okay." And then all of a sudden, we hear like a lot of like almost drilling, like a lot of machinery outside.
Brought in the old pneumatic drill.
It took them like 10 minutes basically to do whatever they were doing outside
What
of
did
the
your
room,
daughter eat?
It was CJ.
and then flush the
Yeah.
toilet. It was not an operation where it was just a plunger.
Mhm.
Very easy thing. They basically had to deconstruct the plumbing in the room.
Yeah.
So it's great.
You got to tear down to the foundations and
Good job.
gotta do that.
do it all
Anyway.
again.
Yes. So I just wanted to bring you that follow up. Just
Yeah, that's great. That was a great
I-
story.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I like CJ.
What's up?
For those watching the video, you'll notice that CJ's tiny Christmas tree has now transmogrified
It has
into
Oh,
a
yeah,
less
it has
festive
too.
plant.
less festive.
What is that?
plant.
What is that?
More, but still
Lestive.
plastic. It's
It's
still
lestive.
plastic.
Is it plastic?
Well,
Yeah,
who has
fake
real
plant?
plants?
It's a fake plant. Yeah.
Real plants are a lot of work.
Amateur.
This room doesn't get a lot of natural light. So
Amateur. Well, yeah. I can see that. Those
see that.
those blinds.
Because the
are
blinds are
permanently
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
got the blinds right there,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
we certainly wouldn't want to open those and expose ourselves to the
No,
outside world.
no.
You don't want
We
us
wouldn't.
exposing
No, we wouldn't.
ourselves.
We did go out this week. We saw Frozen 2,
Okay.
How'd you like that?
which was the second time for my wife and daughter to see it. They saw it over Thanksgiving, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah, who was okay?
Glowing review.
I thought it was, yeah. I like the first one a lot. I'm
Yeah.
sure like the dozen or 24 times I see it when it comes out on video.
Yeah, well,
I'll like
that's
it
just
then.
it.
But they had a preview for the Harrison Ford Call of the Wild movie. Have you seen that the trailer?
No.
I'm aware of it happening. I have not actually sat down and watched the
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah. So I mean, Call of the Wild, like it's about a guy.
Who wrote the
and his
Call
dog,
of the
I guess.
Wild? Who wrote the
Don't
Call of the
know.
Wild?
I didn't read Call of the Wild.
You do,
But here's I'm making.
do
a
you
comment
seriously
about
not
the
know
trailer.
who wrote the book?
I'm making a no.
Oh my goodness.
William Shakespeare.
Yes.
Got to be
It was
embarrassing
his,
for CJ.
that was his first comedy. you know?
Yes. It was written by the editors at Mad Magazine, right?
Yes.
Or was it Cracked? Anyway, so the dog
Jack
in
London.
Who?
CJ.
Okay, well, thank
Jack
you.
London.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Anyway, the dog in the trailer, they use a CG dog,
Yes.
and I don't like whenever you have like a CG character of an animal. And Call of the Wild is a serious book, right? Like it's not a comedy.
No, it's pretty funny.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like the
Anyway,
dog.
in some scenes,
CJ,
like the dog.
you
it
ever get
looks like
tired of
Garf-
not knowing what you're talking about?
Does
Or-
the dog-
Garfield.
Does the dog talk in this one, like in the book?
No, but it makes facial expressions that real
Well,
dogs wouldn't
but
be
it doesn't-
making.
like
but it-
Snoopy?
But it doesn't
It
talk.
doesn't talk. No.
That's
they
really
kept to that part
weird.
of the book apparently.
That's
Oh,
no,
it's
no,
like
no,
a-
because
It's like a Peanuts, special.
It talks in the
Snoopy
book.
doesn't talk.
it talks a lot in the book. Yeah.
Oh, it's the narrator.
No, that would be stupid.
Narrated.
No, of course not.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's,
no,
that
from,
would be
okay.
stupid.
it's from the human's point of view, but I mean, the dog gives him like life advice.
Okay.
Have
then.
you not?
I have
you not
not
read
read
this?
Call of the Wild. No.
Okay, man.
But I'm just saying the dog looks weird in the
Okay.
CG dog. It looks like the old Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
It looks weird.
The dog
what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
The dog doesn't talk in the book, CJ.
I figured not.
I just.
I figured not. No shit, Phil. No fucking shit.
Oh, wow. CJ with the potty mouth must be all backed up from Africa.
The dog doesn't talk in the book, CJ. No, I was just pulling your no shit, Phil. I can't tell when you're pulling my leg. Yeah. Because this isn't also a video podcast, right?
I mean, you believe that Shakespeare wrote it for a minute there.
I didn't. I
You
didn't.
absolutely- that
No,
was-
I did not.
Greg
I
pulled the
didn't.
wool right over your eyes.
But anyway,
We do have fun.
you know, it does look good.
What's that?
The new Sonic trailer looks decent.
Oh, is there a new one?
No, it's the old revised one, but it looks
Yes.
decent now.
It's just got the
And
normal looking Sonic.
normal looking Sonic.
Didn't
yeah.
have creepy
I think-
man Sonic.
Yeah, creepy
Putting out
man
that
Sonic.
trailer with the terrible Sonic model was actually the most brilliant thing they ever could have done. 'Cause Now
Yeah.
you just sat here and said the new trailer looked good.
Did and the theater
It's true.
employees
All
had
relative.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie T-shirts on.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Did it
Anyway.
interview Phil? I meant
Yes.
to ask you this, and I'm guessing you didn't do it because you would have posted it on Twitter or something. Did you go see? You went and saw Star Wars, I assume.
I did see Star Wars.
Did you get yourself an R2D2 popcorn bucket / drink holder? Did you?
No,
see these?
I saw Star Wars at the Fancy Theater.
Oh, so
No.
you've not seen these?
MC theater.
No.
So they're gigantic. They're like $50.
Okay.
They were $50 here. Huge.
Wow. I can tell you right now, I would not have spent $50 on a
Well,
R2D2
yeah, exactly.
popcorn.
But it's
bucket.
so the bottom. So his body holds
Yeah.
popcorn.
Okay.
There's like some kind of drawer that opens so you can reach the popcorn, and then his head holds the soda.
Oh, okay.
It's an all-in-one popcorn
Okay,
and
so it's a-
drink holder
so it's a
that's
big-
gigantic.
It's a big R2
R2D2. Yeah.
soda and popcorn combined.
Yes.
How tall is this?
I like I said, I don't remember exactly, but it was noticeably large. Like
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
it was like it was big enough that you could pick it up by one of the legs.
Okay. So about my
So-
size.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look this up.
Okay. No, I have not. No, because when I say fancy theater, it's it's one of those like Cinemark theaters where you can order food and they
Oh,
bring
right,
it to
right,
you.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that counts
is
as
fancy.
fancy to me.
Now,
So
let's see if there's a
What's the
size on this
baseline?
thing.
The AMC theater where we saw Frozen, they just had the assigned seats and the little recliner thing, and
Right. Well, I mean,
they didn't
that's
actually
most-
bring food to you.
that's most theaters these days with
And
the
most
assigned
the,
seats.
I
and
guess you're right. I
yeah,
guess
this
you're
is one of those ones where the theaters are a little smaller and they
Uh-huh.
have like the big like lazy boy chairs that
right.
you know,
So the
Reclined
R2D2
super
Droid
far back.
popcorn and drink holder at $49.99. Get
Ah,
free refills every day until January 31st.
okay.
Ooh. For
These
all
limited
the other
edition-
times you're going to see
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Limited
Yeah.
edition R2 units stand approximately 40 centimeters tall. So whatever, do the
Oh, jeez.
translation. Sorry.
Hold on. 40 centimeters to actual height. That's almost 16 inches tall.
So it's over
That's
a
pretty
foot
big.
tall.
About
That's
yeah,
big.
yeah,
Yeah.
about a foot and a third.
I love this. Is so
Whatever.
I'm on the website for the company that owns the theaters here.
Yeah.
It's like 40 centimeters tall, found at Cineplex concession stands. Miniature Droid is also capable of holding a medium-sized popcorn and drink inside 2 built-in compartments. You get a free popcorn and drink refill every day, limit 1 per day,
Okay.
from your date of purchase until January 31st. Then they give you a reference. For reference,
Oh,
the standalone medium popcorn and drink is regularly $7.19 and $3.49 respectively, which means you'll break even if you redeem free refills at least 5 times.
oh, there you go.
So come
There you
back to the movies 5 times, please.
I've
But yeah, the
found
thing's over a foot tall.
I found some pictures.
It looks great.
It's very cute.
I wanted it, but not at $50.
It is pretty sizable, but I don't.
Size of a
looks
small
like-
child.
It does.
It looks like you're not going to be getting as much drink as I would want.
Seriously? His entire head is a drink.
Yeah, I know,
compartment.
but I mean, I don't know. I can't really gauge the diameter of it. So
yeah.
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know. I'm a thirsty boy. If
I
I'm,
feel like what we've really discovered here is that you drink too much pop,
It's called soda.
yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
I did say soda
But
earlier,
that's-
so it's not
uh,
to confuse everyone. But
That's cute though. That's cute though. Yeah,
it's
his,
really nice, but it's also a little bit like
those-
excessive.
the
Like when we looked
back-
at it,
Yeah.
Basically, like his back opens up,
opens up. Yeah.
and you can.
And when we looked at it, we're like, oh, this is a really neat toy. I wonder what it does. And then we were like, just in shock that this is for popcorn and
yeah, it's
Yeah.
wow.
a big empty bucket that holds popcorn.
I always wonder.
I mean, people do cosplay to the movie theater. So
So I don't understand
Just
what
saying.
that
Yeah, I
has to
don't
do
see
with
the
what we're
connection
saying,
there.
But
they complete their cosplay by having an R2 unit as a popcorn and drink dispenser. That's what
Complete
I'm
your
saying.
cosplay with a wildly
Cosplay
out of
of what?
scale R2 unit.
That's right. Why not?
Yes.
Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
should we talk about some video games?
I don't know.
Why
Let's talk
start
about
now?
movie theater promotions.
Movie theater
more.
promotions? Because CES
Yeah.
happened last week.
That's the Consumer
Yes.
Electronics
did
Show to you and me.
did anyone
Consumer.
catch the opening with Ivanka's speech? Did we watch that at all?
No.
The what?
Oh, okay.
Was I
Keynote speaker
supposed to?
was Ivanka Trump,
Did what?
the keynote speaker.
At the Consumer Electronics Show?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if you go to the Consumer Electronics Show as press, you probably don't go to the the keynote address.
Not this
Like,
year.
I've been to how many like E3s and CESs, and I've like maybe once ever gone to the keynote. Just
Huh.
saying. Anyway, so we got some announcements, including
Uh-huh.
some from Arcade One Up, which is of course your
Man.
favorite. And I hear you're building an arcade in your house there, Greg. So
yeah.
we have some more retro cabinets for you from Arcade One Up, including
yeah.
an online enabled NBA Jam cabinet.
Yeah.
That's
That's
pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Burger Time Special Edition. They've
Yep.
got 3/4 scale pinball machines.
Those look pretty
That's-
nice.
And
Coming out?
they're digital pinball machines.
Yeah.
Digital,
they're,
like from
they're
Zen.
screens.
They're from Zen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's our good pal Seabake
Yeah.
is working with them on this.
And yeah, they're using the large screens as the playing field. So I'm assuming that there are multiple games on each, or you can put multiple games on each. And
yeah.
The
look
Zen
cool.
stuff includes titles from Bally Williams and other yet to be announced big names in the pinball space.
That's pretty
So
great.
I think they were
The
I-
Burger Time
sorry.
cabinet includes some other games as well, like Karate Champ, Bad Dudes, Caveman Ninja, and of course Burger Time.
Yeah.
Caveman Ninja is Joe and Mac.
Joe and Mac.
I believe
Okay.
so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Bad Dudes, man. Bad. You know what? I'm not going to say Bad Dudes is a good game. but I love Bad Dudes.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was fun.
it's one of those ones where you're looking at it, it's like, yeah, Final Fight's way better than this.
Well,
But this is still a lot of fun.
Let's not go nuts. Final Fight's not that good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
they also did a sit-down Star Wars cabinet, a
Yeah.
Frogger cabinet, and a Sega cabinet that
Oh,
has.
Wait, a
Golden
sit down.
Axe.
I didn't see the sit down cabinets.
sit
Yeah,
down Star Wars.
Star Wars cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's how I played Star Wars back in the day.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
What's in that Sega?
Sega has that cab has
killing
Golden
me.
Axe is like the main cabinet.
Okay.
Art and all that. And it includes Shinobi, Altered Beast, Wrestle Wars, and Golden Axe: The Revenge of Death Adder.
Which is the one everyone's excited about because
Yeah,
they've
'cause
never
that's-
because that's a really good game that never came home.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That hasn't
So-
been on
Anything.
any system ever. No compilations, nothing.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty.
And
awesome.
man, it's this. They've
What's
got a
that?
nice. They've got a really nice library going now,
They
and now they're
do.
working with Sega
Yeah, they
as
do.
well. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Burger Time one is the only one that's up for pre-order right now. So,
Hmm.
and that ships in March.
Nice.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm really curious to see where they go next, and now knowing that they're working with Sega and clearly they're working with Warner Brothers because they own Midway, right? So,
Yep.
with the Mortal Kombat
Yep.
and the NBA Jam, that's huge, man. You
Yeah, it
imagine,
is huge.
I know people who would just go berserk to have an NBA Jam cabinet in their house.
Hell,
Well,
That
now
game
they
was
can.
so huge.
so good too in the arcade. Oh,
Yeah.
online
say-
enabled too.
Would you say it's on fire?
Boom shakalaka.
It's at least
There it
heating
is.
up.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, CES news. So, Alienware showed off this Switch-like device called the UFO.
Mm.
You seen this? Have you heard about
Alienware,
this?
So it's a-
I get it.
Alienware. Yeah.
yeah, right.
All of their
My brain.
product names are space related. You see, alien related. So this is a Switch-like device. It has it's an 8-inch screen, 720p, and it has a detachable sort of.
So it's a tablet with detachable controllers.
Joy-Cons-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, detachable controllers, but you can't use the controllers detached wirelessly. You have to hook them up to a little dock thing that is wired into the system. And no price announced, but a bunch of different websites put up videos with the hands-on reports of this thing. But looks big.
So what is it? What do you
Actually
play
in
on
my
it?
hands.
Is it?
You
is it
play
just like
PC
a-
games.
It's
PC
just so it's
games.
just a.
Yeah.
I mean, is
Literally
it?
a handheld PC.
Does it got like some proprietary thing, or can you just like have your Steam?
There is an
account?
Alienware launcher, but it'll launch from any launcher.
Okay.
So
So if I want to turn this into my Epic Game Store portable, I can.
you could do that, yes. And it even
Right.
has like a kickstand thing
Mm.
that will sort of let you put the system on a table at any sort of angle, which looked pretty neat. But
Any
only
angle?
only
Any angle,
720p.
you say?
Any
Man,
angle, yeah.
Any angle.
Any angle.
That
720p,
is the
including when it's docked to the TV.
that's the we're desperate for another bullet point on the back of the box feature.
Mhm.
Includes a kickstand that allows you to view the
Kickstand.
action from any angle.
But you know how the Switch kickstand is just the little thing that comes out and whatever. This
Right,
is
right.
like the whole back of the machine folds
Oh,
down so that you
Oh,
can like
so it's
have
like
it
a-
at any angle.
Like a Microsoft tablet.
Yes.
Yeah, like one of those.
Like
so
a Surface.
Thank you. I couldn't remember
that's
the
the
name of
one.
It's a Surface.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The other big news of CES is that Sony shared the logo for the PlayStation 5 and got everybody hyped up.
Hot and bothered.
They posted it on social media and got something like 5 million likes on Instagram, which is like ridiculous.
That's a lot of likes on Instagram.
for a logo of a new
it.
console.
For a slightly blocky S behind the PS logo.
It's just the PS5.
Yep.
So no actual announcements or anything. What they're
Yeah,
gonna be
just a-
showing, just a logo.
It's the logo.
So well,
They should have used like the Spider-Man Homecoming font for it.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
That was so great.
they were
Oh.
still using Spider-Man fonts
So funny.
Yeah.
for the system. That would have been good.
People getting so angry about that.
So MCV posted an interview that I guess they did at XO19, which was Microsoft's event back in November.
Mhm.
They talked to Matt Booty, who is the head of Xbox Game Studios.
You should really be the
And-
head of Sea of Thieves.
I got it.
Yeah. Talking about the Series X and their strategy, and what a lot of people are taking out of it is a quote that basically says that they'll release games for the I'll just read the quote. All of our games will play up and down that family of devices when talking about games for the Xbox Series X. So that means that they'll like Halo Infinite, they'll release it, but it's going to be playable on the Xbox One in addition to the Series X, and that for at least, according to this interview anyway, for the next like year or two, first-party titles will be released that way.
Okay.
And some people have made this, it's sort of a game of telephone with a lot of these headlines. And some the hot takes on Twitter are that, what do you mean, like they're not going to have any exclusive games for the launch of Series X? And I mean that's not the case. Obviously the exclusives are going to be Xbox family exclusives, not exclusive to the Series X, perhaps.
Yeah. Can I just say that the internet has given us nothing better than hot takes?
True.
Because hot takes are the best.
The best, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly did not look up what I saw the freakouts on Twitter over this, but I never really looked it up because I didn't really care. But I don't know. I guess I think that's a good idea.
I think it is
personally. Too. I mean, as someone who, especially in a year where we're talking about 2 major consoles being released.
Yeah.
On one side, it could, I don't know if it'll turn people to PlayStation 5 instead of Xbox X, but because I think a lot of those people's minds are made up. Yeah, I'm staying with that right to the end, to the bitter end. And it always is.
I'll read the full quote. As our content comes out over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down that family of devices. We want to make sure that if someone invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel that they made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content.
They're trying to protect Xbox One sales.
Well, not only that, but I think Microsoft's strategy, and it seems to be, even you could rewind all the way back to when they started Play Anywhere. For them, it seems more about the Xbox ecosystem than it does as a particular machine or platform.
Sure.
Right. Whether that's going to be xCloud or Windows 10 or Xbox One or Series X, they want people to come in the door and start playing on Xbox.
Yeah.
So in that vein, like I think this is a great idea, and it'll be interesting. I don't know if this is the case, but like if they start selling Halo Infinite or the next Forza, and you buy the disc, and that same disc works in either machine. I'd imagine that's what it's going to be, but
yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know. It's
so like not only cross-platform for digital purchases, which would work out just fine, but also that physical purchase. You don't have to like rebuy anything.
I mean, this isn't all that weird anyway. I mean, when
it's a natural evolution
Horizon
of the strategy.
Yeah, when Forza Horizon, I think it was, came out, there was a 360 version. Nobody seems to remember that, but there was a 360 version as well.
Well, Forza Horizon 1 was on 360.
Oh, sorry, there was Forza Horizon 2. One of the ones that came out for Xbox One, the first one that came out for Xbox One, there was a 360 version.
You sure about that?
Almost positive. Okay. I'm going to go look it up now.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe it would have been Forza Horizon 2. Or maybe they did like a special version of Forza Horizon for the 360.
Xbox 360.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. There was a full Xbox 360 version.
Okay. All right.
I knew I was mostly right.
But you couldn't use the 360 version on the Xbox One.
No. But what I'm saying is, it's not so weird to have the same games on 2 different generations of console during the transition year.
Of course not. No.
Like that's not.
But then I wonder
weird
if if we're talking about Microsoft doing like one disc that would play on both, then you could also see that happening with third parties as well, where you get this year's Call of Duty on a disc and it also plays on the Xbox Series X with all whatever graphic fidelity upgrades.
So did they say it was going to be
And,
like a hardware based thing though, or is it like more of a streaming thing? Because I mean, if it's streaming, you can easily stream to the one anyway, right?
Well, that's not part of what is in this article.
Well, no, that's what I'm asking if it was or not, because I didn't read the article.
I don't think. No.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, you could do that with third-party stuff too. I think it would be up to the developers or publishers there to spend the money on lower resolution assets, smaller textures and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that would be the main thing,
Well, and if it's more of like a license-based thing, just like the Xbox One S and X work now, they download different assets depending on what platform you're on.
Right.
I imagine
there's
it'll work
precedence
that way.
for this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like people freaking out over nothing as usual.
It does sound like people were freaking out, like no exclusives. What?
Yeah.
Then Xbox can't win over Sony.
I mean, I was, like when they first started talking about how they were releasing all their major first party releases day and date on PC as well.
Yeah. That's a big
I thought
thing.
that was crazy as well, but I mean,
I thought it was
clearly
crazy
it's
too.
part of a bigger plan that they've got, and they seem to be continuing on with it. So it must be working in some way.
At the time, I thought it was crazy because, okay, you're trying to sell me consoles. If you're going to release this thing day and date on PC, I don't need to buy a console. I just run it on my PC.
Right.
What are you doing? But their strategy, even more clear now, is just getting people, no matter what screen they're playing on, get people into the Xbox ecosystem.
Yeah.
And it's very, very interesting tactic. I guess we'll see how it works later this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that means we are at what you've been playing. So, Phil,
Yes.
why don't you kick us off?
Well, let me tell you, friends. I started playing the new Star Wars game that I've been
Jedi Fallen
threatening
Order?
to play.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order
Uh-huh.
from Electronic
Starring the Joker.
Arts. Starring the Joker.
Uh-huh.
Joaquin,
You know who wrote the story for that game,
Joaquin
by the way?
Phoenix.
You know who wrote the story for that game?
that
Joaquin
would be
Phoenix.
Jack London.
Shakespeare. Shakespeare.
Well,
That's what
which
we
one
in
was
this
it?
call a
Shakespeare.
callback.
Yeah. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Remember that classic Star Wars line?
I do.
Good.
Horatio shot
Is
first.
that from Troops?
That is from the season 2 of Star Wars Rebels.
Hardware Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been playing a bit of that.
Okay.
Not much of it. I've just gotten a little ways into it. I'm enjoying it so far, though. I've heard that there are a lot of kind of technical issues. I've heard there's a bit of wonkiness, but I haven't really gotten far enough to experience that sort of thing yet. But it's nice having a very solid single player adventure in the Star Wars universe where you're running around doing lightsabery stuff and things like that. So
Cool.
I'm digging it. So I'm gonna be playing more. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it at some point before Last of Us 2 comes out.
That's not too
You have a
is it?
couple of months. Yeah. That comes
Yeah,
out in May.
but I mean, we know how I
Uh,
play these video games.
That's true.
Slowly.
Very slowly.
Slowly. So I'm hoping to finish that before Last of Us. But yeah, I'm digging it so far.
Cool.
And neither of you guys have touched this, right?
No.
I played it for like 10 minutes just to
Okay.
make sure that it worked. That was pretty much it.
Did it?
Yep.
Ah, awesome. I'm glad.
Do you often do that? Just
Always.
pop it in the first 5 minutes to make sure it works?
No, if it's a
You
download,
didn't get a
I
bad
always-
ROM?
No, if it's a download, I just fire it up for any reason.
Okay. All right.
And then
So that it can
Goes-
download the patch.
it
Yep.
goes on to the back burner.
Yep.
So
I'll
the
go
system
back to
registers it as I'm going to have to download patches for this for the next
Yeah.
Pretty much.
year. I'll
Oh,
be ready to
man.
play in 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not go crazy.
Well,
I also played a little bit this week of the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro.
I forgot you got that.
Have you seen this thing? Yeah, I got this.
did.
I got this over like the holiday break, I believe, is when it showed up. This is the SNK has released this. That's the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. It is a giant, like arcade style.
I think you showed it
stick.
on the show.
I believe
like,
I did. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite big. It's quite large. Like actual like kind of arcade sized joystick and buttons.
doesn't even hold your popcorn or drink.
Well, you know what though? It does actually have a slot on the bottom that you can pop open that stores a cord because you can use it as
You could put popcorn in there as well.
you absolutely could.
I'm
it's
still
a-
convinced that that's a battery compartment that they changed their minds on.
Yeah.
Really,
Well, it just looks like the right size for it.
it absolutely does. But yeah, it's it's because you can use it as a arcade stick for like PS4 and Xbox and PC and stuff. So
That's pretty great.
yeah. But that's where you store the cord or your popcorn when you are not playing it on those devices.
I would put soda in there though.
You
Probably not a
could.
good idea.
Or pop.
Could.
Yeah.
Or Coke if you're from Texas.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. They call everything Coke down there.
And in Georgia too.
Is that right? Everything's a Coke?
Yeah, but that kind of makes
Yeah.
sense in Georgia when you think about it.
What kind of Coke would you like? Sierra Mist, please.
That's right. Yep.
That's weird.
Unless you get a restaurant that serves Pepsi.
Well,
Then-
Sierra Mist is part of the Pepsi family. That's the thing.
Does anyone go to
server-
restaurants that only serve Pepsi?
Not in Georgia, no.
What if they don't want
But it's always funny, and if you go to restaurants when I used to live there that don't serve Coke,
Mm-hmm.
the server always explains that I'm so sorry, we don't serve Coke.
just in case you came here
Pepsi.
by mistake.
We have a
Sorry, this franchise is from North Carolina. We serve
We have a-
Pepsi.
we have a counselor you could talk to if you really need to
That's right.
express your feelings.
Yeah.
But I was playing some Neo Geo Arcade. As I probably mentioned before, this thing is jam packed with fighting games. I believe there's like 20 games on there. They're all fighting games.
It is Neo Geo.
Yeah, you got a bunch of the
Mhm.
King of Fighters, bunch of the Samurai Showdowns, like World Heroes, and
So even the bad ones.
Mark of the Wolves, that sort of
I agree
thing.
with
Last
CJ.
Blade 2.
Oh, World Heroes was terrible.
World Heroes is
Bad
bad,
games.
but Mark of the Wolves, great game.
Mark of the
Last,
Wolves is good.
Last Blade
King of
2,
Fighters? A lot of
Great
King of
game.
Fighters on
Fighters
there?
is good.
King of Fighters, great game.
What,
yeah.
what years they got on there for the King of Fighters?
Let me see here.
Like
95,
96?
90,
Ah,
95, 97,
Oh, no,
98.
96?
99, 2000, 2002.
as a
Hmm.
big fan, I played a lot of King of Fighters 95 and 96.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because I think those were the ones that came out on the Saturn in Japan with the Ramcart.
Mm,
Yep.
And
okay.
at that point in time, I was playing a lot of fighting games. All my friends had Saturns. We all played imports. We all imported that game,
Okay.
and we just played endless matches, and it's so good. And that is a really, really good fighting game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the thing about this is, yeah, there's 20 games on there, but there are also like 20 more games that are built into that, but that are kind of tucked away. They're locked away.
That's weird.
That you are
Okay.
unable to access. But SNK a couple weeks ago released the unlock keys for 2 of the games. So it looks like that's what they're
It's
going
a
to do.
weird thing to do.
It is
Yeah.
weird.
Like just
Mm.
and it's also weird because they don't really explain that it has 20 hidden games anywhere on
You
the
have to have been paying attention online to even
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah,
I've never heard
absolutely.
anyone speak about this before, and I
Yeah.
haven't been paying close attention. But I watched a couple of reviews of the thing and some
Right.
teardowns, and
Well, that's because they
Hmm.
don't mention it. Like, hackers were tearing into the thing trying
Huh.
to figure out how to mod it, and then they're like, "Hey, wait a second. There's like 20
More
extra
games.
ROMs on here, including like all the Metal Slugs."
ooh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. And there was, everyone was just like, "How do you get these unlocked?" And I hackers probably figured out a way to open them all up, but people were like, are they gonna sell them somehow, or but
That would suck.
it
I'm glad they're not
absolutely
doing that.
but
Yeah.
it turns out, at least for the first two, which is Metal Slug and Metal Slug 2, if you go to the official website for the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro, there's a link there that's just like, new games, download more games or something. And you can download a couple unlock keys to a little flash drive, and because there's a USB port on the back of the joystick, and you plug them in there, and then you go into like one of the setup menus, and there's an option that just says unlock games or something, and it reads the card and sees you have the little unlock keys, and boom, now you have Metal Slug and Metal Slug 2 on there, which is
Cool.
great. So
Cool. Yeah.
Weird way
So
to do it, but cool.
it's a very weird way to do it, but I'm glad that they're on there because the Metal Slug games are fantastic. One bummer is that the button layout is
Wrong.
fantastic for fighting games, but not so much for Metal Slug.
Oops.
And there doesn't seem, unless I am missing something, there does not seem to be.
Configuration.
Well, there is configuration, but not game specific configuration.
Okay.
So it's like, yes, you can completely remap the buttons however you want, but if you remap them so that they work for Metal Slug, suddenly your 20 fighting games are all messed up. So,
Sure. Mm.
So that's kind of a pain to have to redo that every time I want to switch between playing a Metal Slug or a fighting game. So, but
Okay.
Metal Slug's great. A lot
It
of
is
them
that.
fighting games are great.
True.
So
Is that all I got?
that's, you know what? Yeah, pal.
All
What do you
right,
want from
fine.
me?
Jeez.
CJ wants to move on.
I want to
Guess
move
so.
on.
What do you got that's so bloody important?
Well, I've been playing more Dauntless this week.
nothing.
It's pronounced Gauntlet.
You
Yeah.
play
Classic.
Monster Hunter style game, arcade style. Really, it's a lot simpler, a lot more straightforward than Monster Hunter. I've found, but their season or the event that they're in is ending in like 20 days, and I completed the hunt pass for it, so I got all of the bonuses. In one of those free to play games, you buy a season pass and you have to level up to 50 or whatever, so you get all the bonuses. I did that in that game. So part of that, of course, is that they added a new mode called Escalation, where you can fight two behemoths at once with a group of friends or with a group hunting party of 4. And you have different bounties that you're trying to achieve in each hunt, and you can do them really quickly in this new mode. So you hop in there, and if your bounty is to kill 6 behemoths, and you have like 4 stages, and some of them have 2 in there, you can get those done super quick. So I was able to level up my hunt pass all the way to 50. Got me a special arrival emote. I know you all care a whole lot
I
about
don't
that.
know what you're
But-
talking about.
But really, like if you have tried Monster Hunter before and have bounced out of it like I did, because it's a complicated game to like know how you're supposed to level up each piece of equipment, and if you're not playing with friends in Monster Hunter, it's really hard, like playing solo, to get into it. But Dauntless is a lot easier to just play with random players. and of course it's across all platforms now. So and it's cross save and cross progression as well. So I can play a little on the PC and then move over to the Switch and do some grinding on the Switch. So it's a pretty great game, and it runs.
So you can take your Office home with you, is
Switch.
what you're saying.
That's right, exactly. I recommend it for anyone who's bounced out of Monster Hunter but still sort of likes that style of gameplay, would like a simpler version of that game. So it's fun. And that's pretty much all I've been playing, except for Sea of Thieves. But I won't bore you this week.
We appreciate that.
We'll wait. Greg, what do you got?
I'm playing some arcade games.
Yeah.
So after Phil did such an amazing sales pitch,
that's right,
on the Replicate stuff last week,
you like immediately. I don't even think you waited till we were done recording, did you?
No.
To order.
We've got Tempest,
lovely,
which my kids love, by the way.
Yeah,
it's a great.
There
game.
it is.
Yep, it's a great little game. So
there it is. I got one of those,
and it's surprising how these are quite big.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
like they're big enough to be playable. You know what I mean? Like
they're 1/6 scale. I told you this.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
they're like a foot tall.
Yep, almost as tall as my R2D2 popcorn cup. And then of course got Street Fighter, which is heavier. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Street Fighter 2, which also actually
because it has the second controller in the back of the little machine.
No, I actually took the second controller out, but there is a little lit.
Oh, but you can
in the back for
the
second controller.
Yep.
Nice.
Which also it's Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition as well as Super Street Fighter 2 on there. They're both on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And yeah, like I say, I ordered them because they look so cool and I had way too much money sitting in my bank account, so I figured I'd spend it. But very playable, actually, which I was kind of a little surprised at. And yeah, of course, the Street Fighter 2 comes with a second controller.
Yep.
You very nice.
And connect via USB. Very clicky controls. You can hear that.
Yep.
And my kids love them. My kids have been playing them nonstop for the last couple of days.
Very
so
nice.
I'm super happy with them, actually. I can't afford and don't really have the space for one of the one-up cabinets just yet, but these are kind of fun just too because they're still nostalgic from a standpoint of the cabinet designs. And,
yeah,
they're big enough to be cool. So, although I'm curious to see, you mentioned last week, Phil, about the Change Machine USB hub.
Yes,
it looks like, did that already come out?
I don't think so.
The Kickstarter said it was supposed to come out last November.
Yeah, but you know how
Kickstarters
go.
So I'm kind of looking forward to that, and I was looking into Centipede, but I think right now all you can get Centipede is the secondhand market, and it's like $400, and I'm not spending $400 on one as much as I'd love to have Centipede. But yeah, anyway, supremely playable. My kids and I sat there for a couple hours playing both of these, and like my youngest, it was so funny because my youngest, who's not really a big time gamer, she loves Mario Kart, but she doesn't play much else. She woke up this morning, it's like, I want to play Tempest. Can I play Tempest? I want to play Tempest, which is not the game I expected her to gravitate towards at all. But,
right.
Yeah, she really got into it.
Nice.
So I'm extremely happy with these, and I can't wait for Dragon Slayer to come out.
Are you're buying that one for sure?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So not really much else to say though, because I mean it's Tempest and Street Fighter. We all know how those play, and good times.
Yes, indeed.
Good times.
Well, I guess that means it's time for tweets.
A tweet.
All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Rambus Dunk, who says, are you guys surprised Nintendo hasn't done more with Joy-Cons? Thought they would have had all kinds of interesting varieties, but they really haven't done anything. Rambus, I am also very surprised by this. They put out new colors last fall. They put out the purple and orange and the blue
at the very beginning.
The blue and neon green, but they haven't done. They've done like one new color a year, and then sometimes there's a Pokemon variant that comes with special hardware. But
I feel like there were a lot of new colors right up front, because I mean you had the gray ones and you had the blue and red.
Yeah, and then
you had the opposites that you could buy. Then you had the
neon
Splatoon.
Yellow with arms. They did Splatoon 2, the neon ones.
That's a lot right up front, CJ. That's not one year.
And
that was like 4 sets in the first 3 months.
That wasn't the first 3 months. That was the first 6 months.
That's still more than one a year.
Okay, fine. But they haven't done. Like last year, they did 2 new sets, but that was it. But yeah,
That's still more than one a year.
I'm with Rambus though, like because you have aftermarket kits that are being sold on Amazon for like clear Joy-Cons and purple Joy-Cons and like
D-pad Joy-Cons.
D-pad Joy-Cons and Joy-Cons that make the buttons Super Famicom colors and things like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's certainly space for Nintendo to do more there. I would like to see what their plans are with that. If they're going to put out a revision of the Joy-Cons, you know, they've gotten a lot of flack for the drift problem. If they would do like a revision of the Joy-Cons.
Did we all, speaking of the drift thing, did we all suffer from that, or like has everyone gotten replacements or refurbs? Or
Yeah, I had one
send
set.
mine in.
I
I
haven't
had
had
one
a
set go on me.
problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would love to see them do an official D-pad version, although I don't think
That would be
gonna happen.
cool. That would be cool. And there's a D-pad on the Switch Lite, so why not, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I understand why not, because they don't want to mess around with having people with completely different controllers too much.
Yeah,
But
those.
I still wish they'd do it.
Although I don't mind the button D-pad.
Oh, I hate it.
I'm okay with it. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Lolmanade, who says, "How often do you finish the games you play? I found myself jumping from game to game without finishing one unless I commit myself to doing so."
I like probably 10 years ago was finding myself doing that a lot.
Jumping
Which
from game to
also had the added bonus of spending lots of money on games I wasn't really even playing that much.
Well, and sometimes working as part of the press too, we would get free copies.
Well, I think that's why I got used to being that way, where it was like I
Yeah.
played the hell out of anything I had to review. I got a lot of stuff for free,
Yeah.
which I just sort of tested and then never picked up again. And I kind of kept that mentality going well past the point that I was getting a bunch of free games and didn't really need to play through anything I didn't want to play through. So now, probably for the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I very much try to finish every game I start, but it means I play way fewer games, but also means I buy way fewer games. So
True. I try to finish most of the. I don't know. I mean, a game that I'm going to sample, like you said, like I play it for 5 minutes and that's it. If I play something for like more than 3 hours, I'm probably going to see the end.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
how'd Spider-Man ending treat you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's.
I
I
terrible
try
about
to.
finishing games.
Although I don't think I'll finish Dragon Quest 11S.
Yeah, but
Don't
I
think
mean,
it's
that's
huge.
like what, probably 150 hours or something ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I've got like 20, 25 hours into that now
Yeah,
already.
that's valuable Sea of Thieves time.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're terrible at finishing games there, Phil?
I am. I get distracted so easily by new games. You know, I just don't have time to play them all. I need to just perhaps buy fewer games.
Quit your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Beard the movie. What's your favorite snow level in a game?
Oh man, that's a good question.
That is a good question. Snow
I
level.
love me a snow level.
Obviously, the Mario 64.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Dropping penguins off the sides and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good snow levels.
There's that one that Sonic the Hedgehog snowboards down the hill, right? On the
Yeah,
Genesis?
Sonic 3.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I liked Christmas Nights.
Oh,
Christmas
Like them
nights.
doing all those levels
Classic.
in sort of a snowy, Christmassy theme.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that part in Bully where it's Christmas
Oh, right.
and the whole town kind of gets snow covered.
Yeah. I didn't love this as a level, but I really loved when you got to the winter section in Last of Us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
because you're kind of
Oh.
in the forest and everything's covered
Yeah.
in snow. And
That's the snow level of The Last of Us. Sure.
Yeah.
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 it looked great though.
There's some rebar in there.
Great atmosphere.
Very festive.
Festive rebar.
Bunnies.
Yeah. They had stabbing dudes in the neck and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
shouldn't have been there.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, someone in the chat, Kyle Alvarez, said the Uncharted 2 train level.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a very good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Mark's Remark, who says, will we ever get a phase in gaming where it is as social as it was in the arcade era or when local multiplayer and LAN parties were more popular?
Yeah, when the Intellivision comes out.
Probably not.
No?
Probably
Okay.
not.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I mean, here's my answer to this. I mean, I think gaming can still be social. I think for a lot of younger players, it is with Fortnite and with Minecraft and Pokemon and whatnot.
Social in a different way.
In a
Yeah.
different way, yeah. And even as an older person, you can join Discord servers like the Player One Podcast Discord server and play, online games with other people and still have that sort of social experience. But of course, it's not exactly the same as a LAN party or couch.
Yeah, the days
player,
of
but
the 4 people hanging out and playing GoldenEye
yeah, that's over.
seems very rare now,
Exactly.
Yeah.
which is too bad. But
Although
Very
there
rare
are
way to
some-
playing GoldenEye. I got it.
There are some games that are really fun with couch co-op or couch multiplayer, like any of the Jackbox games. That can
Oh,
be
yeah.
played
Yeah.
couch multiplayer. Mario
think-
Party doesn't have online for its main games now, or its like main board. You can play the mini games online, but not the main
Okay.
board game. And I would say a game like Heave Ho from
yeah.
Devolver, if you've ever played that game, that is amazing couch multiplayer physics game where you're these characters with limbs and have to like carry each other to the goal. It's really fun. But it's
Those games
certainly-
definitely still exist.
certainly different. It's
Yeah.
not first person shooters anymore. It's not driving games that are split screen because that's a
Right.
rarity these days. But
Yeah.
Going back to that snow level
yeah.
question.
Mario
Are
Brothers 2.
we getting Hoth stages?
Oh,
Oh yeah, Shadows of the Empire. First stage of Shadows of the Empire was pretty great.
wow. Just went
Can we
right
get
over that.
Or steep slope sliders?
I loved that game.
Right?
Slope
Oh, that
for
game
steep
is
slope
Great.
sliders?
So good. That game doesn't get
Yeah.
nearly as much love as it should.
Classic.
That's a great game.
Classic Sega Saturn game.
That's
well,
a great
not-
game. Or
not
the
a
Mario
classic.
Kart 8 Mario Kart
Saturn.
8 Deluxe Snow Level. It's really good. The downhill.
Oh yeah, right. The ski slope. That is a really
Ski slope.
great.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
a great level.
Well,
Great track.
Winter Heat. Are we counting Winter Heat?
Oh baby,
Yeah, let's stay on the Saturn kick
we
here.
always count on winter heat.
Mhm.
Yikes. All right, let's do this one from hacker alias TechDan3000, who says, how often do you guys get lost in more open video games? The advent of the minimap has been a lifesaver for someone as directionally challenged as I am. I found that a well-designed game will signpost without hand-holding, but I'm still often wandering around.
I'm usually pretty okay in 3D games
Yeah.
with not getting lost. Every now and again, I'll come across
Same.
a game that just confounds me with their layout, but
Yeah.
I'm okay for the most part.
Yeah, and I think more modern open world games, it's harder to get lost for sure.
Yeah.
Although I will say, like Breath of the Wild, I didn't necessarily get lost,
Mm.
but when I
Mhm.
didn't know at the very beginning, when you don't know the map, I
Right.
found myself like trying to make a beeline for my next objective, only to realize there's a gigantic mountain in the way, and I
Oh, yeah.
Right.
get over
Yeah.
that. But I do remember I actually fired up Vice City in the past couple of weeks to get some footage of it, and remembered that those early the early 3D Grand Theft Autos, I did every now and then get a little bit lost when you got sort of deep into the heart of the city sections.
Yeah.
It was easy to if you weren't paying too close attention to the map and just trying to sort of go by various landmarks. In those old PlayStation 2 games, it was easy to get lost because even the landmarks kind of started to blend in with everything, right? Like as you got into the later versions of those games, like 4 and 5, it was pretty easy to sort of memorize areas and know that you were sort of in the right place.
Yeah.
But, I find modern games, though, I mean, God, the maps have so many different icons and arrows, and it is awfully
A
hard.
lot of time you can turn that stuff off.
But I don't want to because then I
some
get
of the
lost.
icons off. Well, okay, fine.
How else are you going to know where all the pigeons are, man?
I think having played through early games that maybe either didn't have maps or had like mini maps only in dungeons, like the original Legend of Zelda, I'm pretty good with maps in games. Then,
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't had too much problem with modern games, I will say. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias, the real D Vance, who says, if you could wish into existence a feature on this next generation of consoles, or even this rumored Switch Pro, what would it be? Mine is the ability to play 3DS games on a Switch.
The system and all the games would be free.
Hey, that's a good feature.
It's a wish.
Yeah. Bring back Virtual Arcade, Virtual Console.
Can I wish for more wishes?
No.
I want Virtual Console on
Ixnay
Switch.
on the wishing for more wishes.
I get it. Will Smith, classic.
Oh, I didn't like that movie.
Greg really liked that for some reason. Oh boy.
I don't know. I mean, the systems we have now have some really nice features.
They do.
Free games would be nice, sure.
Free games. You already have that with Game Pass and
That's true.
And shoplifting
and all the shoplifting that Phil does.
That's unsubstantiated rumors. That's
yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I guess I just I want something in between that Alienware UFO and a Switch Pro. I want Nintendo to make the 8-inch screen portable Switch, not Alienware. That's what I'm saying. Does that work?
For this question, more back catalogs being available. Like it would be nice to have, a bunch.
Especially like Dreamcast, PS2, GameCube.
I'd like to go back to the timeline that Nintendo was on with Virtual Console on the Wii.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back to that timeline and see it expand the way it used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Although nobody liked it at the time. Everybody bitched at how awful Virtual Console was. And then you look back on it, you're like, I actually kind of like that.
See, again, amazing marketing because they just kept making it worse. And now we all have tremendous nostalgia for.
Well, I guess so. Yeah. That works. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias JRT1138, who says, what was the first game your kids grabbed the controller and played through? My almost 6-year-old is obsessed with Lego Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, PS4, and the toys too.
Yeah, my he's 10 now, but when he was younger, he had some birthday money and he wanted to go to EB, and he spent it on actually Lego Jurassic Park or Jurassic World for the 3DS, I believe it was.
Yeah,
he played through it. That was his first game. First game he finished.
What was Finn's first game he finished? Might have been Mario Odyssey.
I think Mario Odyssey was also Charlotte's.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah,
that might have been I mean, he's certainly played other games prior to that, but that might be the first one that he actually plowed all the way through. So
yeah,
and
it's a good one.
He's since played through Link's Awakening and Pokemon Sword, and He's probably played through a few. I mean, he's certainly played.
Should get him to play through
load
Luigi's
of-
Mansion 3. One of you guys should finish it.
Yeah, that's true. It's such a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah. But yeah. He's played a ton of Minecraft, but
Mhm.
how do you
Who hasn't?
he's fought the Ender Dragon, which I guess is as close to last boss as that game has, but he did play through the Minecraft story modes. The adventure games.
The
He
Telltale.
played through both
still like to
seasons
play
of
those.
those. Yeah.
I think Charlotte would really like that since she's now into Minecraft.
Yeah. She
But-
probably would.
I don't
There.
have them on the regular systems, and
Can you still play through them on
they-
Netflix and stuff?
Well,
No.
they don't play on. I don't think the Netflix version plays on Apple TV, or maybe it's iPad, or there's something it doesn't
Yeah.
play on. But
Well, you can get both seasons for Switch.
okay, maybe I'll do
So,
that.
I-
I'm sure she would really like it.
Don't
She
know
may
if
have already
they're
watched somebody play through it on
that's
YouTube.
true. I don't know if they're available digitally anymore on Switch,
Uh,
but you could
hmm.
probably track down the retail copies of them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias. I finally watched, who says, "Game you're always meaning to go back to but never do."
Man, take your pick. There are
I have-
hundreds of them.
Sunset Overdrive? Are we still on that?
No,
Sunset
I don't
Overdrive?
care about that. I paid enough Sunset
Aw.
Overdrive now to know that I'm not going to go back to it.
I have TurboGrafx 16 games I mean
Yeah.
to go back to one of these days.
Same. Yeah, I have retro
Yeah.
games that I'd like
Yeah.
to get back to. Which, by the way, we're coming up on that TurboGrafx 16.
I
mini,
know.
Right?
Oh, when's
I
that?
know. March,
Like in
right?
March or April.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
March.
March is so packed.
Can't remember if I
Games
prepaid for
now.
that or not. I think I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot going on in March.
there is.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so the backlog's so big. I can't think
Mm-hmm.
of one
Yeah.
that I keep meaning to go back to.
Yeah.
For a long time, it was Mario Sunshine for me, because I bought that game and then I just like barely scratched the surface
Oh,
of
yeah.
Mario Sunshine on GameCube.
It's
Yeah.
one of the weakest Mario games,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I'd like to go back to it at some point. If they do like a remake, I'll check that out.
Oh man.
They're doing that
March?
remake of Stranger's Wrath on Switch with improved
yeah.
first-person controls.
That's right.
That comes out
Yeah, you know-
later this month.
That's good because when they did the remake of Stranger's Wrath, I loved Stranger's Wrath when it
Mhm.
came
Yeah.
out. I tried to play one of the remakes a couple years back and it didn't hold up.
Oh really?
No,
It really
yeah.
didn't hold up. And I loved that game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it when it first came out.
Yeah.
TurboGrafx Mini, according to Amazon, is March 19.
Okay.
Right
So-
before Animal Crossing
Please look forward to that.
and the Final Fantasy VII remake
Yeah.
and
I actually-
Cyberpunk 2077.
There's a game that I keep telling myself I'm going to go back to, The Witcher 3.
The
Oh,
Witcher.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Telling myself
another
I'm
good
gonna
one.
go back to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a more recent one.
Yeah, that's on Game Pass too.
Doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but I'm just
Could
saying if
be
that makes
on
it easy.
everything, and I won't play it. Not because I don't want to. It was awesome. I loved every minute that I played that game, but
Yeah.
just can't make the time to go back.
I just pre-ordered Disaster Report 4,
Oh, yeah, I saw you did
which
that.
is
That comes out in March also, right?
according to Amazon, it says March 1st. I don't know how accurate that is, but
Okay. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
That looks like it'll be fun. Yeah.
Man, those Disaster Report games are so janky, but
super jank, but
they're
fun.
fun. They're fun, and the PS4 version has a VR mode, so
oh really?
should be
Oh right.
interesting to see.
Bringing it out on Switch too, right?
They are, but it does not have a VR mode.
Does
on
not have
Switch.
VR. No.
So,
Oh, that's okay. I guess.
so I am getting it on PlayStation 4,
Thank you for
so I can
specifying.
be in the game, man.
You want to be in the disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. I think that's it.
Goodbye.
We're done. It feels like we've done a really short show for some reason.
It is short.
We
We're
blew
not
we
usually
blew
done by
through the
now.
news.
Yeah.
Blew through
Yeah.
tweets.
I mean,
I'm
it's-
at an
it's-
hour
it's-
10 minutes.
I
It's
know.
early January. What
It's
you know,
early
there's not
January.
much
There's
happening.
not much going on.
No.
What what games we are playing outside of like stuff we talked about, it probably all I know I am just trying to sort of clean up the backlog.
Yeah. So along with the sort of talk about Xbox Series X and PS5's logo thing, more rumors about Switch Pro showed up, and of course those rumors, I mean, Nintendo working on a new thing, that's probably true. That's easy to say, right? Whether it's going to come out this year or next, who knows? But thinking about 2020 as a year, or as a lineup of hardware that we're going to be shown as video game consumers, would it be smart for Nintendo to release a Switch Pro in 2020, or should they wait until 2021 and kind of separate themselves a little more from the next generation hardware releases?
I think they should wait.
I don't know. I think they should wait, honestly. Like, I think 2020 is already sort of full up. If you're planning on buying a next gen machine, and if the NPD Matt Piscatella tweets out the monthly NPD report, and it seems like a lot of Switch owners also have one of the other consoles as well. And if those same consumers are going to be buying new versions of those consoles this year, yeah, maybe you want to wait till 2021. I don't know. At this point, I'll still buy it when it comes out. But anyway, it's going to be a busy year with next gen hardware announcements. You think Sony will come back to E3?
No.
No?
I think E3 is going to get worse before it gets better.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, E3 will get worse, Phil? Is that what you're saying?
No, certainly.
Yeah. Okay.
My goodness. Are you kidding?
I wouldn't be surprised for them to do an event at the same time as E3, kind of like Xbox does their Fan Fest event that's outside of the convention center. But
that'll be the closest they get, I think.
Yeah, and EA does the same, and I'm sure there are other companies that'll do something similar, but wouldn't be surprised if they do that. I would be surprised if they go back to E3, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
E3 needs to leak more addresses of attendees.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope, did not help.
No.
And we made the show 2 minutes longer, so I think we can.
Good
wrap
job,
it
CJ.
Yeah, right.
Way too.
Stretch that out.
Yep.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD from Mr. Greg Stewart whenever he gets a chance to actually sit down
I
and
could
write
do that
one.
again. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I should do.
That's what you should do.
Then
You'll
I'm
also
sitting here
find
playing Tempest.
Generation 16 episodes.
Man, let me tell you, the latest episode of Generation 16, I'm writing the script right now. I'm on page 10. It is, and
How many pages?
That tells us nothing.
That's at least twice as long as a regular episode.
Oh,
So
really?
A
Oh,
longish
my
episode
goodness.
is like 15 minutes, and this is already at least twice as long as that.
Wow.
And I'm not done, so it's going to be a big episode, which means it's still going to take a while, obviously. But super excited about what I'm working on, and I'm hoping I'm not setting myself up for failure here by taking on more than I'm capable of actually doing. But hey, I'm 10 pages in now, so
All right.
You can do it.
Yeah,
I believe in you, Greg.
thanks, man. You know what, Phil? Between you
What's
and
that?
CJ, you're the one I expected to say that
Thank you.
because you actually watched the show.
I
What?
do actually watch the
What?
show. I enjoy the show quite a bit.
I put the link in the show notes.
There you go. That's
God damn it,
something.
You will also find show notes and links to all of the things that we talked about during this episode. And you'll also find a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode and all the episodes and all the video games and movies and TV shows that you want with
I don't
us.
get
and
what
our other
CJ's
listeners.
doing right now.
I don't either.
Because last week you still thought I said boobies when I said movies.
Oh,
Movies. So enunciating that more. Movies. Yeah.
Movies.
Boobies?
No.
Yeah. Movies.
It's your turn, Phil.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One podcast, you can do so by visiting playeronepodcast.com or by loading up whatever podcast application you use. We're on all of them? Question mark?
Yes. Sure.
We're on Stitcher. We're on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can.
Who uses Facebook anymore?
I know, right? If you're checking in to see what your racist family members are saying, feel free to give us a like on Facebook before you
Wow.
go to a different
Wow.
website in disgust.
Wow.
Well, I mean, who
Yeah.
else is using Facebook these days? Am I right, folks?
Greg
Hang on, I
uses
gotta
it
check
a lot.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's looking up what his racist relatives are saying. Probably something
Not gonna
racist,
disagree with
no
that.
doubt. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it. See, again, I still haven't written a script.
Gotta get
And
on that.
hey, if you like what you've heard, and how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. CJ is in the market for one of those sticks that you can shove in your toilet to break up your poop before you flush it. And
Oh, my daughter is in the market for that.
Your
clear.
I
daughter.
didn't believe that when you said it the first time.
Yeah.
What?
Help CJ to buy a poop stick,
Poop stick.
ladies and
Yeah.
gents.
Sure.
No, but seriously, your Patreon funds do help keep our show aloft. It keeps the lights on. It keeps us broadcasting live via this Zoom thing. And as a special treat to you, our Patreon friends of the $5 a month tier, we do have a special weekly post show where we play games, we crack wise, we have fun. The filters come off.
That's right.
Don't know what we're gonna say next.
Cheap?
We're
I was waiting for
workshopping
a
it,
break in
folks.
I was waiting for
I don't
It
You
know.
wasn't-
really
it
need to
wasn't
write that
happening.
down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever the case is, we love all of our Patreon friends. Please, please, please enjoy the after shows. Of course, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com. You will find the Patreon link to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding, and it is, as someone who actually watches it, it is outstanding web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis. Look, I have a little one right here.
Aw.
I have a little one right here. I love it so
Nice.
much.
Aw.
Adorable.
Isn't that cute?
Can't fit a drink or popcorn in that though.
No, you can't.
No.
No, you can't. But you know what? You can. It holds a Coke perfectly. Right there.
There you go.
I'm a little. Yeah, I'm not going to let that balance.
Right
by
on the
itself.
high definition
Maybe-
graphics.
maybe
That's
now.
right. So yes, go support Greg's show. It's good.
Also cheap.
Also cheap. CJ,
Yeah.
thank you very much for all that you do.
Well, thank you, Phil, and happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's my birthday
Yes. Happy 50th birthday, Phil.
today. No,
He's 65.
45.
Oh, 45.
Are you
45.
really 45?
Yeah,
God damn, we're getting old.
I know.
Man.
I know.
I've been doing this show for a long time.
I know. I'm 45
Oh.
damn years old. This is not ideal.
Are you the oldest person at work?
At
At your
my
office?
job?
Are you one of the are you one of the older people at the office?
No, come on. No.
I love that.
That's a
though.
serious
No,
question.
one of the
No, I
older
am not.
people.
No, I am not.
No, because I am.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
No,
we
no,
hire
no.
a lot of
No.
people right out of
No.
school.
No, I mean there are certainly loads younger than I am. I'm sure if if we're doing like the bell curve or something, I'm
Yeah.
I've come to the realization that
Yeah.
more often than not now at work, we hire people who I could legitimately be. I'm old enough to be their father, like,
Right.
and not in a like, I wasn't careful in high school and there was a mistake made kind of way, but like I got married young and we had a couple fun years and then we had a kid kind of way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, yes, I am certainly in the older half of people, but I am not the oldest. So
Okay.
so there's that in my
I'm not the
favor.
oldest either, but I'm just
Yeah.
I'm in the upper like 10%.
Gregory,
Yo.
thank you, of course, for injecting some razzle dazzle into the sprawling, bone chillingly cold country that is Canada. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, indeed.
Razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle. And of course, thank you to all of our wonderful listeners, Patreon friends. Please join us momentarily for our after show, and we will see everybody next week.
Bye.
Bye.